Hey guys, welcome back to the Life Outside podcast, where we share stories from outside to hopefully inspire you to get outside as well. Today's episode is a little bit different. I am joined by my wife, Karis.
Hello.
Her first time on the podcast. And we're going to be chatting a little bit about our upcoming travels. We're heading international. It's been a while since we've actually traveled together. We're going to do a bunch of hiking, walking some pilgrimages, and just exploring the world. You guys sent in a bunch of questions for Karis as well. I'm always hit up from the listeners wondering how she manages when I'm away through hiking for months at a time. And so we've got some questions to run through as well, but excited to have you on, babe.
Thanks.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of fun, and I think everyone's keen to hear you talk. The other side of Cam.
Yes, the backstage version. Is it?
The behind the scenes.
Behind
versions.
the scenes.
Yeah. So where are we going? We're flying out of Australia tonight as we're recording this, like 4 hours from now.
I think it's less.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 hours. Yeah.
So we're hitting the skies, and what's the itinerary?
So we're going to be going to Japan, and literally the first week of Japan, because we'll be there for a month, we are hiking the Kumano Kodo, and then after we've done that, we'll just be going around Japan, like exploring just the like up and down it, I guess. And then after that, we are going to be going to Europe, where we will spend a month there. No, we'll spend a month hiking there on the Camino de Santiago.
Yeah.
And then after, go exploring around Europe. So
basically we've got 3 months of travel ahead of us, which is really exciting. For those who have been following me and or Karis for a while, you'll know that we used to live in Japan, actually. We lived in Tokyo in 2019 into 2020, and then COVID hit, and we had to come home, unfortunately. We originally planned to
be there for like 5 years.
Yeah, we planned to be there for a long, long time. Karis was studying the language, and it's actually where I sort of really fell in love with hiking. It's so beautiful. So we're very excited to head back, and we've never been to Europe either.
No,
well, you have when
I
you
was
were younger.
a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, we've certainly never traveled there together. So super excited for that. And yeah, as Karis mentioned, we're walking the UNESCO listed dual heritage, which is heritage pilgrimages, which is the Kumano Kodo in Japan and the Camino de Santiago in Spain. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing the Kumano Kodo together, just you and me, and then we're joined by a few friends in Europe for some adventures.
That'll be so fun. Yeah.
And it's just going to be a wicked time. We've never really hiked together for more than 2 nights.
Yeah, this is going to be the biggest I've ever hiked ever. I've never done more than 3 nights, I think.
Full stop.
Yeah, full stop.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how I go.
Why is that? You typically don't love camping and hiking.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like it. I do love it, but I have I've got like really sensitive skin, and so I feel itchy very easily. And so like I have to have, a shower and clothes that are clean. But also, I'm not very good with like bugs or mosquitoes, I guess.
You like being a little more comfortable than I do, probably.
Yeah.
You want to shower in a bed, and you want to be able to wash off the dirt and sweat after a days of hiking.
Yeah.
I think you enjoy hiking, right?
I do.
It's more the going to bed filthy.
Yeah.
Waking up filthy.
Yeah. I can't do that.
So I think these pilgrimages are actually going to be really nice, and it's probably the only reason you said yes to
that is
coming
the
along
reason.
with me, because for those who don't know, both of these pilgrimages are not so much a wilderness sort of experience. They're not a hike per se. They're more of a walk, and you go through a lot of towns in both of them.
Yeah.
There's obviously, especially in Japan, on the Kumano Kodo, there's some forest walking, and you're going to go over some passes and stuff. But most nights we'll have access to a shower.
Yeah.
On the Camino de Santiago, we'll have access to a bed pretty much every night, and go through multiple towns every day. So there's like not heavy packs.
Yeah.
You're going to be clean. You're going to have access to some of the comforts of civilization.
Perfect hike for me. And maybe I might catch the through hiking bug and go crazy and be like, let's
the goal. Yeah.
do something crazy.
Yeah. If you if you decide you want to go on some long wilderness adventure after these hikes, I'll be very happy. But, historically, I've mostly done that solo, and you've been an incredible support with. It's typically the comments and the questions that I get about you is like, how do you let Cam go off for 5 months and hike across America or New Zealand? So we'll get into that a bit, but yeah, super pumped for the dual pilgrimages and just traveling in general. We haven't traveled together for yonks properly.
Well, the last time was New Zealand, and I was supporting you.
On Aotearoa.
Yeah.
So that was 4 years ago.
3 years ago, I think.
Yeah. So last year I was away from home for 7 months of the 12, and none of that was with you.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So this year, 3 months straight of travel together. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. We might have a couple of arguments.
I'm sure there'll be some conflict, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm
sure.
so excited.
And
I just can't wait.
Yeah, we'll do the pilgrimages, but then we're also going to go sightseeing and do some of the things that you probably prefer doing as well. We're going to the Studio Ghibli theme park in Japan, and then we're going to...
So excited for
We're
that.
going on the Shinkansen to all different cities, and we'll eat lots of good food and have a good time as well. And we'll both be sharing stuff on socials, so make sure to follow along. Karis probably be sharing more of the food, the sights, and the sounds, and I'll probably be sharing more of the hiking adventurous stuff we do. But it'll be a good little combo. And in Europe after the Camino de Santiago, we're going to do more hiking as well. We'll go to the Dolomites in Italy, do probably some day hiking there.
And what was the one that Dan was talking about? The
I
Cinque?
can't remember what it was called.
It was like
the coastal walk.
Yeah, and it's like a hike through like 5 cities or something. It's like 12 k's. It's not very long.
In the Amalfi Coast, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably do like that. I'm going to be hiking the GR54 in the French Alps as well, which Karis may or may not join me, but it's one of the hardest routes in Europe. And so I'm meeting up with a bunch of friends from the Pacific Crest Trail last year and a bunch of mates that I have that will be either visiting Europe or living in Europe. So that'll be fun as well. Another week-long expedition. That will be more of a wild adventure that you probably aren't as excited for. But
apparently there is, though, places to stay with showers.
Refuges, There's definitely that option. But I think, we're planning to wild camp and kind of send it. But maybe after the Camino and the Kumano Kodo.
Yeah, I might be keen.
Well, you definitely will be fit, assuming there's no injuries.
Yeah.
So you'll be fit. It's whether you have the fitness, is whether you have like the motivation or the drive to actually join us. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think most of this trip's going to be pretty relaxed. Like we haven't booked much, but we know we're going to do the pilgrimages, and there's a few little things we've got planned. But other than that, typically, I mean, our style of travel is typically pretty much just wing it.
Yeah.
Don't plan too far ahead. It's just like hiking. Like we just like kind of
go with it.
Just go in the flow, and something pops up, we'll go do it.
I think it's fun like that because then you're not running off like, oh my gosh, if we don't get to this place in time, we're going to miss it. Whereas like, we're like, well, let's try and book that place. Okay. If it's really hard to get, obviously we would book it in advance, but most things you just rock up and see if you can do it.
I much prefer it that way. I don't know. For me, I just hate the idea of having to be somewhere at a certain time.
Yeah.
Like if we finish the Kumano Kodo and we want to go to this place all of a sudden because someone we met told us about it, I want to have the option and not be like, oh, we've booked a hotel and we've
for
booked
5
this
nights.
train ticket and we can't do anything else.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that's the one good thing about us traveling together is that we think the same. We want to just be spontaneous travels.
Yeah, for sure. And I know plenty of people that are the exact opposite, and they couldn't imagine traveling without everything being locked in, which is completely fine as well. But like
literally, we've only booked our flight to Japan, which is tonight. We haven't booked anything to go home.
We were just looking at hotels like an hour ago about like, oh, where should we stay tomorrow?
Yeah, so that's how crazy. I wouldn't suggest anyone living like that, but if you do, it's really fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And like, I feel like we probably pay a bit more for things because we book it last minute and stuff like that. But just the freedom and flexibility of not having things locked in. I mean, that's how I live every day anyway.
Yeah.
So
nothing different.
It's going to be good. We've got like a ton of questions. I put a prompt out on Instagram saying, Karis is coming on the pod. Ask us some questions or ask her some questions. And you guys certainly did. So we're going to get through some of them. You ready?
Yes. Go for it.
Juanita asks, how did you two meet?
Ooh, that's very cute.
Go ahead.
Should I say the full story or just
Well, how did we meet?
Well, what happened was, I'll say the big story, might as well. Our families were actually best friends when we were younger.
Our parents.
Oh, yeah, sorry. They were friends with each other when we were younger, but they all lost contact for 14 years or something like that. So after all the kids were born, they all lost contact. And I met this boy at school, and my mum said that his family, she knows them. And so from there, me and that boy connected, which was Cam's cousin. Mm-hmm. And then that's how we went there one day to meet everyone. Reconnect. And so my mum met all her old friends, and that's how I met Cam. And then
we were 13 years old, 14 years old?
Yeah, 13 years old.
Yeah.
And then from there, we started homeschooling together. So that's when we really kind of became closer.
It was interesting. Like, for some reason, all of my cousins and siblings and then your family decided that we would all homeschool. And because we all kind of decided that, we had like meetups every week where because we all reconnected and we were all homeschooling, we kind of did these like classrooms, I guess, at our houses. We'd like swap between, and that's sort of where we got to know each other pretty well. And started like dating when we were like 15, I guess.
Dating? You say it like that, but we were dating.
We were dating.
We were dating.
It's just, I say it like that because when you're that young, it's like, it's not very formal.
No, it isn't. But like Cam was very shy, and I made it my mission. I was like, I'm going to make him come out of his shell and talk to me, because Cam didn't really talk to any girls, or like he was a bit of a recluse.
I'm a very introverted person at that stage of my life. I was very into video games as well. Yeah. That's pretty much all I wanted to do.
And so my challenge was, I'm going to get him to talk to me and become my friend. See where that landed.
Yeah, well, it worked. And then, we got married at 19. You were 20.
Yeah.
And now we've been married for 10 years.
Nearly 10 years.
Almost 10 years. So time flies.
And we've been together for nearly 15 years.
Total, yeah.
Yeah, because we got together when we were 15, 14.
Pretty crazy, yeah. Great question. Deidre, who is actually going to be hiking the Camino to Santiago with us.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Aww.
What do you mean, is she?
I don't know.
You knew that. Deidre. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I literally thought it was only me and Emma and Dan.
No, Deidre's coming.
Oh,
who I met on the Pacific Crest Trail.
Oh,
so
lovely.
Excited. How do you manage having Cam away so often and staying connected in your relationship? Actually, from Garen, so as Deidre's partner.
Oh, yes. Well, when I've actually written this on a post before, but when Cam goes away, I think to myself, while Cam is away, I am going to become the best version of myself for him for when he comes home. And I feel like Cam does the same, is that he goes off to be the best version of himself to come back. And so we're just stronger in ourselves, so that we're coming back to strengthen the relationship, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think because we've been together for so long, we've never had that time where we had to grow individually. Yeah. And so it almost works for us in a way, because we both get that time for the first time almost.
And also, Cam in the past, like obviously you haven't seen in the past, but when we were younger, I got up and left to Japan, and Cam supported me, and I was away for 6 months.
Yeah.
And no, I was away for longer before you came, like 9 months, and we didn't see each other for 9 months. I think one time in that 9 months, I came down for 2 weeks from Japan. So that was in the past. And so, when Cam gave me everything for that, to support me and do everything for me for that time. And so, I feel like it's a give and take. Maybe later on in life, it will be the same. We'll move somewhere and Cam will have to give up something of him, or I just feel like, it's a give and take in this relationship. And this time it's for you, and we need to support you. And I'm happy. I'm happy to do that because you've done it for me, I guess.
Yeah, you're the best.
Thanks.
You're the best.
That doesn't mean that it's not hard, though.
Yeah, it's very hard for both of us.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, you just understand how passionate I am about what I do. And
I love
so
it. I love Cam's passion.
Yeah.
Like, and him happy and him completing things and pushing himself and, I don't know, getting stronger in God or just like in your own self. I think, yeah, I love it. So.
Yeah. So for a bit of context, I mentioned we lived in Japan in 2019. Karis actually went to Japan about 6 to 8 months before I did because we weren't really sure if we wanted to move there, but Karis was super passionate about the idea, and I was like, all right, you go. You start studying, you see if you actually like it, and if you love it after 6 months, I'll come too. And then I did.
It was only 6 months and I was supposed to come back. But then at the
Right.
5-month mark, Cam was like, I was like, yeah, I'm going to start booking the ticket to come home. And Cam's like, nah, let's just move there. I was like, what? I'm coming home like 6 months. Like that was it. He's like, nah, let's move there. And then he was like, I'm getting rid of the house. Stop renting. Yeah, we're going to get rid of the house and I'm going to move over there. We'll get rid of all of our furniture.
Yeah.
So we just up and
Because
left.
I could see how much he loved it.
Yeah, it was so good.
And at that point, I'd kind of grown onto the idea, I think, of moving over there because I realised how like incredible the nature was, and there'd be a lot of things I'd enjoy as well. And no regrets. I mean, yeah, only lasted another 7 months or so, and then COVID hit and we were forced out. But
Oh, so sad.
it was great.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to go back
Yeah. Tonight, yes.
Just crazy. Chris asks, do you even like hiking?
Yes, but we'll see how I go.
Yeah, you
With
like
the big ones.
You like hiking.
I
But
do. I
it's
do
probably
like hiking.
Through hiking, that's probably not your thing.
Yeah, I'm scared. I want to like it though. Like I want to love it, but we'll see. We'll see if
Yeah,
I
this
love it.
trip will be a good test.
Yeah, I think anywhere in Japan, if I was hiking, to be honest with you, I'll be happy because it's Japan. Can talk with the locals and look at the beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
I think and
Yeah, it's
eat.
probably the country that we're hiking in that it matters a lot to you as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, you're not super interested in hiking in the US, whereas
No.
like for me that's the best thing in the world. But
Yeah.
hiking in Japan,
Yeah. Oh, I'm like, oh, I could do that. Oh, have a vending machine, coffee or hot chocolate. Oh,
yeah, it's definitely different vibe. Depending what country you're in, that's for sure. DGT asks, does Cam have to slow down when you two hike together?
yes. It's so funny because I think Cam makes me go in front so that, you know, he doesn't leave me for dead. And I just feel, I have this feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so slow. And I am. So, and he has to probably hold like extra weight for us because I can't hold that much weight in my pack. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I just have a naturally fast hiking pace because I've done it for so long, and I love really pushing when I'm on trail. But it's very hard for me to wind that in when I'm not through hiking.
I think you do a good job.
Yeah, I try. I definitely try, and you have to remind me fairly often when just even out for a day hike. But like I host group trips and I take people out hiking here in Western Australia, and I just always have to remind myself to just slow down because I'm hiking with people that aren't as experienced as I am. But you're not slow or anything. It's probably just that I'm
I hope
particularly
not.
quick as
Yeah.
far as walking speed.
Yeah, Cam's very, very fast.
Yeah. What is something Cam does that's a pet peeve of yours? Sam asks.
In the hiking world, I would
Maybe just in general or hiking?
Well,
I don't know.
Well, just in general, Cam takes the hiking mentality, I guess, or like the hiking cleanliness into like our household. So like if he could possibly do this, he would not have a shower for like 2 days and then try and get into bed. Or he wouldn't wash his feet. His feet are black, but he will come into bed like that. It's not funny. It's sad. I hate it. Nah, that's my pet peeve. That's the main one.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I'm just such a filthy dirtbag hiker.
Like,
I'm so used to just getting into my tent, completely covered in dirt and sweat and not caring. But sometimes you have to give me a friendly reminder at home that that's not acceptable, which it isn't acceptable to get into clean sheets. Filthy, obviously, but it just doesn't bother me, so I don't think about it sometimes.
Yeah. But that's the main one. That's like the biggest one is like you obviously are a troll 24/7, but I don't think anyone knows that you're actually a troll, but that is a big one.
What do you mean by a troll? Just like annoying?
Yeah, just annoying.
Yeah.
Just trolling. And also I find it annoying that you're always on your phone. That's another thing. That. And I talk to him and he doesn't hear. Although I do it too. I do it too. But it's like I feel like
Instagram reels, they just take everything from you.
Yeah, I'm like having like this serious conversation and then I turn around and you're like, what?
I'm probably sending you a funny reel at least.
No, I only send you those.
That's the problem with being a full-time creator is like I can so easily use the excuse of like, oh, I'm on my phone because it's my job and I need to do whatever. But the reality is I do still waste time on my phone like everyone else. That's very true.
Do you have any pet peeves about me or am I perfect?
Oh, do I have any pet peeves about you? Not really. I mean,
What? Are you sure?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Oh, that's good.
I wish you loved through hiking.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's not a pet peeve. It's just like that would be cool.
Yeah.
To go like hike across the country with you. But also like it's fine. It's not a big deal either.
Okay, that's good.
Maybe you're too clean. I wouldn't mind if you got into bed filthy for once. That'd be great.
I sometimes don't shower after work when I can't be bothered.
You know how I feel.
You know what? I'll tell you a secret. When Cam is away, I do miss a shower sometimes and get into bed filthy. But the next day I am cleaning the bedding. So that's like my give and take. Like I'm cleaning the bedding the next day. So yeah.
Yes. All right, next question. What do we got here? What kind of things do you both enjoy doing together? That's a great question, actually, because I very intentionally don't share much of my life on Instagram outside of hiking because it's a hiking page and we do have things we do together.
Yeah, we do. So
I just don't share about it much.
We do like secret dates, which we don't do them often, but pretty much we've been doing them since we were 15, but we plan a date for the other person and we don't tell them anything about it. Maybe like, oh, you have to wear this type of clothing depending on like if it's an adventurous one or if it's a going out something like kind of place, then we like kind of let them know. But yeah, you don't really know. And so we do that. But as of hobbies,
there's probably nothing we spend a lot of time doing together.
I definitely would like to do some more hobbies together. I definitely feel like we don't have...
Literally my only hobby is hiking, so...
Yeah.
it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
And you're very creative.
Yeah, I like doing crafty things.
And painting. And yeah, you like editing and video creation as well.
And I'm slowly getting into surfing.
Surfing? Yeah. Maybe that's our new hobby together.
Except it hurts you and you're not that good. I'm way better.
Yeah, I'm not very good and my knee plays up.
Nah, Cam literally was incredible at surfing. 3 times in and he was standing on the board. It's taken me 10 times. So
it's funny because obviously like living in Perth, everyone surfs and nobody hikes. I can't figure out why I got into hiking and not like some sort of water sport.
I know. You could be like a beach boy.
Yeah, because everyone like snorkels, surfs, boating, fishing, like all that kind of stuff. A lot of camping and off-roading as well, and where we're from.
Which you're a little bit.
But hiking's just not a thing here because there's not many great trails. There's some good trails.
Yeah, there is.
For sure, but it's like you don't meet many people where the main thing they do in Perth is hike.
Yeah.
So who knows how that happened for me. Yeah, we just have the Bibbleman track, which is like our one epic hike, and that's just what I fell in love with.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day you'll hike that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that's the dream. What do we got next? Trail Mix Girl, Aurel, asks, did you know Cam was this adventurous from the beginning?
Cam was a little bit adventurous when he was younger because with our friends, like we would go down to Bells Rapids and like try and cross the river like while it was full flowing and stuff. So we were both a little bit adventurous. We would like climb up trees,
We would
like
do a bit of that.
massive trees. And where else? We would do like kind of hikes like when the homeschooling, like the parents would take us out to like John Forest and stuff. And we did a bit of bike riding as well. So like there was like adventurous hints throughout it.
For sure. Yeah, it's weird because like my teenage years were so focused on video games that we still did go outside of it.
Yeah, we did. We did a couple of things. And so I did know he was a bit adventurous, and I'm a bit adventurous. Like, so I did know that, but it was a whole nother level now. And it's different. It's not adventurous like that. It's hiking and being crazy.
All morphed into pure hiking.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really get into hiking till I was like 20, like after we were married.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fresh what exactly I'm doing now. But it's interesting. Yeah, I forgot, like we actually did a bunch of crazy stuff outside when we were teenagers.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And you sent it a bit as well.
Yeah. I used to climb up the tree with Tim like quite high, and you were too scared.
Yeah, well, heights has always been something that I've been terrified of. Yeah, 100%. Like, there's some trails and mountains that I climb and I'm like, I still kind of push it a bit and stand on the edge, but it's terrifying.
I don't like that. Don't do that to your significant other. It's horrible.
That's probably a pet peeve of yours.
Yes.
Whenever I post a video of me like on top of something or like standing on the edge of something.
No, I don't like that. It just takes one mistake. Like, you know, you could be fine those 200 times, but the 201th time.
201. 201st, yeah.
201st.
It's just like I have such a confidence in my ability that for me it's like 0% risk. I know nothing will go wrong because I'm so confident, but you're like that 1%.
Yeah.
That 1%. It's funny, I'm now thinking of all the pet peeves that you have about me because they're all just coming back to me now. Like another thing you hate is when I
cliff jump.
Well, yeah, do dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
Stand on the edge or jump off cliffs.
Yeah.
Cliff jumping is one of my biggest passions, but I stopped doing it a bit because of you.
Thank God.
But also, like, you hate it when, like, I post about something, like a hike or something that I'm announcing, and I never even told you before I posted it.
People are going to get angry about that, I reckon. Cam has done this thing a couple of times. Most amazing, like, milestones in his life that have happened, and I find out online.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's so bad. And I'm like texting him saying, what was that one time? I don't know. Did you get that gig from that company or something? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, Cam, I found out through online. Why didn't you tell me? It's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that happens. Well, I think most of the time actually is because like I run a Patreon community and so I share everything on my like private Patreon Instagram
for them guys.
as it happens.
Yeah.
Which is generally like sometimes 1 minute after I find out.
Yeah.
And so like I almost post it there before I tell you even.
Yeah.
And then you see the story on the Patreon Instagram and you're like, yeah, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
This was like some breakthrough.
Yeah. So yeah.
You actually have a lot of pet peeves about me, but
you have none about me because apparently
I don't know why I'm remembering all the ones you have about me and not the ones I have about you.
Because I'm the best.
You are pretty good.
No, I'm sure you have heaps. You just can't think of them.
Another one that you have about me is you hate the fact that I like always push really hard.
Oh, like a David Goggins.
Yeah, you hate that. Because I love like pushing to the edge and like I don't mind hurting and pushing through that, whereas you just think that's stupid essentially.
Because I have seen Cam push so hard that he fainted on a bus and couldn't get to work and was so sick for like 3 days because that's him pushing, or like injured himself, like sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's really not.
Yeah, you probably know better than me sometimes, but I also just I don't know, I like finding that edge. I'm going to push you to your edge on the
great.
Kodo.
I know you'll be kind.
Jane asked, Cam seems like the perfect guy. What are some things we should know about the behind the scenes Cam? I feel like we've just gone over all the things that are just terrible about me.
Cam's actually the best guy ever. I'm so blessed. Like, I am so blessed. He pushes me, even though I complain about pushing him being pushing too far. He pushes me to be the best person and to do all my dreams. Like, he does push in a good way as well. Like, yeah. So you are a good guy.
Appreciate that, babe. Thank you. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We've been going for half an hour already, and we wanted to make this quick because
It's
getting dark. For those who aren't watching on video, we're filming literally just in our backyard on the balcony, and the sun has set.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of a sudden. And our flight is in like 3-4 hours. We're going to be at the airport in like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so
we're going to finish packing, and our plan is to film another episode recapping the Kumano Kodo.
You'll see how I go.
So that'll be a week-long hike. We're going to be on that trail as we're recording this in a few days. And so the Kumano Kodo recap will come onto the podcast probably a week or two after you're listening to this episode. And we'll do another recap of the Camino de Santiago in Spain. So if you guys enjoyed Karis being on the pod, let us know. She'll be back for sure. We're chatting about some trails, and I think it'll be interesting to hear your experiences doing, more than a couple nights for the first time ever.
Yeah, you hear me like cry and say, it was horrible or it was amazing.
I'm sure there'll be some highlights, some lowlights, and we'll chat about it all. But we're very excited for this trip, and really appreciate you guys sending in some questions, and appreciate you listening in general. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye-bye.